Hey guys, Witness, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. So, looks like technology failed me today. I wanted to use one other software so that I'll be able to share like a presentation here, but the story in another day. Okay, yeah. Greatness can hear me. Damilola can hear me. Uju can hear me. Guys, I'm so sorry. I sincerely apologize. We're starting 10 minutes, 11 minutes late. Make una no vex. Okay. Um, Without plenty talk, you guys will see my face, but you may not be able to see what I wanted to share, like the PowerPoints that I wanted to share. But I'll just go on. I mean, it is what it is. Okay, so from the topic we already know, I'm going to be fast so that I don't keep you guys too long. Or that's the plan. I will just try to be fast so that I don't keep you guys for too long. Okay, but if you guys have any questions as I present, you can feel free to put it in the chat section. I'll most likely take questions at the end. Greatness. The thing with Zoom, I didn't want to use Zoom because of that restriction of 100 people. I wasn't sure if we were going to be up to 100 or more than 100. So that's why Zoom is out. That's one reason. Another reason why we're using here is so that I can get activity on this channel. You get? So we're staying here. Maybe another one, like the next workshop, will use another, maybe or maybe not. Okay. Is that okay? Can you drop the PowerPoint presentation for us on Telegram so we can make reference? Okay, so you want me to drop it now as I present, or you want me to drop it after the presentation? I can send it to you after the presentation because sending it now, I don't have Telegram on my computer. It will mean me having to send somewhere and then send somewhere. But no worries, Sha. I'll just talk you guys through it. It's not a big deal. These things you guys already know. But I just wanted to use the PowerPoint so that I don't talk off points. So I like to talk plenty. Yeah? Okay. Okay, Uju. After the presentation then. No wahala. All right, guys. So this is supposed to be how to effectively save towards your settlement as a UK student with dependents, with or without dependents. Dependents really. But you guys know that our community is the people that have attachments. So we just stick with what we know, people with dependents. Okay, now at the end of this presentation, my expectation is that we'll have an idea of where to save money most. There are some places that you can actually save big chunks of money, and then there are some other places that you can save little less. And so after this presentation, you will know like things to look out for, how to maximize your savings and be more conscious of your expenses, and also have an idea of the different routes that there could be to settlement. Okay, so some of the visas, I'll just talk you guys through the visa types. There are plenty visas in the UK, like you guys already know. Most of you guys, I'm guessing, are January people. The people that came in September may have more knowledge of this, not because they read more, but because when you're already in the system, you just get people talking about things and then you learn things every day. So there's of course the skilled worker. This is probably the most popular. That's the one we call our tier two. There's the health and care worker visa, which is the juice now because of the new announcements. You guys already know that healthcare assistants can also now come on this visa, and so a lot of people have channeled their resources to this visa. You have the intra-company transfer. That one no concern us because we're here as students or people who are still in Nigeria and are not here yet. If your company is sending you to the UK to work in their company here, that's the visa you will need, intra-company transfer visa. There's the Minister of Religion visa. When I know they go church now, you people are here on a Sunday, so Minister of Religion might not apply to you guys. Not joke, oh, make una no vex. And then we also have the international sport person visa. There's the global talent visa. Now, the global talent visa is something that I just want to talk on. So it's something you need to read about because it's actually something that has great prospects. It does have different processes, like there are different stages, there are different evidences that you would have to show if you're going to go on that visa, but you'd have to read it up for yourself and do that research later. It's a lot. Then we also have the startup visa, startup slash innovator visa. Now, the startup visa is if you have a business idea, okay? And the innovator visa is like proper business. But for us, you're able to get a startup visa from UKVI, of course, but you would have to have an somebody to endorse you. Now, people who can endorse you or institutions who can endorse you are plenty, but mainly the easiest will be your school. So most higher education institutions in the UK are able to give you an endorsement for the startup visa. But I have to tell you guys that it's not easy. And the fact that it's not easy, or when I say it's not easy, it just means that there are less allocations to this. Like in my school, when I tried to like find out, I am still trying to find out information about this visa, but they are only allowed to sponsor less than 20 people in a year. Guys, you know how many people they don't give admission this year, and then they can only sponsor 20 people on a startup visa every year. So the competition is pretty high. It will require that you submit some things, you do a business plan, proper business plan, you present to the panel, and plenty things. I'm just giving you guys like small touch up, like just giving you brief what each visa may entail so that you have an idea. And then when you're doing your research or when you're planning to do what you want to do, you will know where to focus on. So the next one I'll be talking about would be the scale up visa. Now, the scale up visa is new. We don't even have details for it yet. Government talk say it go show or details will be available spring this year. 2022. Did I even say Happy New Year, guys? Happy New Year. Anyway, that the details will be available 2022. So we're just waiting for what that would be. But the good news is that for this visa, we will not need a sponsorship or a sponsor or one company that has to give you COS, which is a certificate of sponsorship. And that's great news. Of course, there are other details under this visa, but everybody is just chilling till spring. Let's know what this one is about. If that outside, we go face leave tier 2 visa to get. Then there's another new one that just came out, the high potential individual visa. This one details too are not fully out, but it's also something that people should look into. This one has a condition that says you need to have graduated from a top global university. Me, na University of Just now I graduate from, so I don't know if that is going to qualify for top global university. But for you guys, that's if you have that kind of university on your CV, perhaps you should check this out, okay? And then, of course, there's our post study work visa. Now, the reason I left this one for last is because, guys, I know that. First of all, can you guys hear me? Please confirm that you can still hear me. Let me be sure that I'm not talking to myself. The reason I left this guy for last is because a lot of us are coming to the UK having this as our first choice. Can you guys hear me? Okay. Thank you, Stella. Better person. I don't know where everybody is. We have 10 people. We have 10 people here. Can you guys please share this link? I don't understand these people. So after all these announcements, people are not coming to this. They'll still come and ask me questions on this. But anyway, thank you guys for showing up. You people that are here, I am so grateful that you turned up. Anyway, for the post-study work visa, like I was saying, a lot of us are using it as our first choice, whereas it should actually be last. And the reason why I said it's last is, truth be told, this visa is an expensive route. One is expensive. Two, it does not even add to your stay. Like, you guys already know that if you're on the post-study work visa, it does not count to your for your settlement. So that 2 years, if you stay 2 years complete, whenever you get your tier two visa, you're still going to start counting from one. So, and then it's now expensive. For an individual, it costs a total of £1,948, which is almost £2,000. I mean, if you're now doing for your family, you have a family of five, that's like £10,000 package. So you see that all your savings in the UK will probably be something you count and give UKVI after 1 year. Like, okay, oh, you guys take. So that's why I said that this should not be your first choice. There are other visas that you actually should consider first. But the good thing with this one is that it is nice to know that it is there, so that even if things don't work the way you planned, you still have this to buy time. So you're basically just paying for time. And why I said it's still a good thing, because I mean, not too long ago, people who studied in the UK had to leave the UK months after their program. But the good thing with us now is that, yes, you're able to buy 2 years. Let me put it as buy, because that's what you're doing. You're able to buy 2 years with £2,000. Anyway, bottom line is, whatever you're doing, make sure that your post study work visa or the graduate visa is not your first choice. You want to try other routes, you want to try other options. And if all fails for the time of your program, then you can now say, okay, let me apply for the post study work. So that means that you have to actually get to work. You have to put your ears down, you have to put your eyes open for visa options that will favor you. You need to know what you're going to be doing from the start. I know this seminar is supposed to be how to minimize expenses, but this needs to be said so that as you're starting, general people, as you're starting, you need to know that time flies by fast, and then the hustle not be small. Before you know, we are in the middle of the year. So just keep this in mind. Whatever your plan is for the year, ensure that you follow it through, so that we are not starting all over after 1 year here. Okay, so down to the business of today. How do we even increase our savings, or how do we reduce expenses in this UK that we have come? Generally, savings 101 or finance 101 is, you can either increase your income or you reduce your expenses. Either ways, it will lead to what the goal is. But the best part is if you can do both of them at the same time. So you can reduce your expenses as well as increase your income. That will be great. So the question now is, how do we do this? Yes, we're in the UK, but how do we even reduce these expenses? How do we increase our income? We're in a foreign land. So what's the step? How is this going to go down? So the first thing I will advise, on my screen is actually telling me is an exercise, but okay, because we are now improvising, no problem. Wherever you are, even if you can't do it, we can't do it now because of time, but please note it down that at the end of this seminar, ensure or try your best to write down the things that will be chopping your money in the UK. Like, you need to have an idea of where your money is going, what your money is going to be doing. So you need to write out what your bills are. If you're staying with somebody, you know that, okay, so what am I going to be paying for? How is, like, basic, where my money they go. If you're in your house, you know that you're going to be paying rent, you're going to be eating, you pay bills, whatever it is, just take your time, because that will be like something that will give you an idea of, okay, what's even going on here. So try your best to write down all the expenses that will be happening to you in the course of this whole stay. Now, some people have not gotten accommodation, so this might be difficult for them to do. But if you can do it now, still give yourself like what your plan is, what you're working towards. If you're looking for a house of say £700, write this down. If like have an estimate of this stuff is what I'm saying basically. Anyway, once you finish writing that down, you can also write what your income will be. However, the income is not as to me is you should have the expenses stated out clearly. Income can change. You get my point? But just try your best to make sure that you have all the things that will be you'll be spending on written down so that you have an idea of what it is. Now, there are different ways to increase your income generally, and I mean, I'm just going to talk on three. And the first one I'll be mentioning is like you're investing. Some people are already good at this. They crypto people or stock people or NFTs. All those people that are already great at investing. Good for you people. So perhaps you can maybe find ways to keep investing. At least that will give you an increased income, right? But please, when you're investing, I'm not saying people who are novices like us should just jump into investing. If you're not grounded in this, no go, so that you don't even lose the small money that you have. It's great to invest, but please do your research before you start any form of investing, okay? That's one way to increase your income. So people who are already into this or who are badass at this can keep on doing what they do, okay? Another way that you can actually increase your income will be having an extra source. Like all these things I'm saying, guys, you guys know these things are not new. Yeah, but I'm just saying it. I'm just reiterating it so that you guys know what I've tried to get my point. Find a way to make extra money. It could be anything. It could be active money, it could be passive, it could be a skill that you have. So those people who can um, cook food, some people still they cook food for this UK. I know that your visa does not allow business, and this is not me saying you should default on your visa before people will say Jane say you can do business. But there are people who pay for some services that you give them, or you're able to charge some amount for some services that I do. I mean, if I decide to cook for you and say pay me so, it's not like I'm running a business. Yeah, but yeah, so find a way to make extra money. People who are good at using the internet, there are so many ways you can make money. I've done some videos. This is not to promote my videos, but yes, I've done some videos on jobs you can do from home. So this is another source of money. There are people doing surveys as part-time jobs to get money and all that. So find a way to make extra source, or find an extra source of income, or find a way to make extra money if you can. Okay. So these are just ways I'm trying to tell you guys to increase your funds if that's something that is doable. The next one I'll be talking about will be like paid internships. Now, the reason I'm mentioning paid internships is that before I came, I thought that internships were just free, something that you could do to just add to your CV that you have experience and all that. But it turns out that there are internships that are actually paid. It could be 6 weeks internship, it could be 2 months, it could be 3 months during your break. So keep that in mind. So as you're looking for internships, if that's something that you're planning to do, you can actually know that it's possible to get paid ones. So you're not just looking for any free one to do. If you don't get the paid ones, that's also fine. Normal internship can give you the experience that you need. But I'm mentioning this so that you know that some people actually make money from internships, okay? Yes. So that's the thing for increasing income. But let's not kid ourselves. We know that it's not very easy to increase income in this UK, and there are challenges to increasing income. One, our visa restricts that you cannot work that 20 hours that you cannot work for more than is a big restriction. And I'm not even going to lie to say to tell you that you can do it. You can do it. It's not easy to make plenty money, like extra money for hair. because of one, you also have school engagements. School will stress you. For people that are students, this is for you. I mean, there are people that are going to be chilling. Dependents are just going to face hustle. But the students, school can get stressful, and that's the truth. In a few months, you guys will come back to tell me that, oh, this school wahala self get as it be. So school is going to stress you, and then you have family needs. You guys know that we're coming with dependence. For people who have kids, having children already puts some sort of stress. Not that children are not good, but you guys know what I mean. So they have their own needs as well, and you're responsible for them basically. So that's another reason that will make it difficult for you to hustle. It will put some restrictions on the hustle that you planned. That's the truth. And then, of course, as body no be firewood, there's fatigue. So you will be tired. Some days you're not in the mood to hustle. Some days you just want to rest. So all these things are going to maybe slow down your drive of making money in the UK. But not to worry. I'll just be giving you guys some of the areas where you can maximize your savings by reducing your expenses, which is bottom line the reason for this whole talk that I've been talking since. So there are areas where, since we can't make plenty money extra coming in, let us even try to reduce the ones that are going out. So that's it. The first place that I'm going to talk about is rent. You see, rent, it's one thing that will monthly chop your money. So this one is going to be tricky because you guys know that it's not easy to get accommodation when you're coming to the UK with family. So that already puts you in a place where you're just as it be, make it be. Anyone why I see, just give me triggered. So some houses that you will get may be higher than your budget, but you will still take it because you don't have a lot of options. And that's okay. But you have to keep in mind that this is one place that can actually keep taking your savings down. So even if you have to move to a house that is higher than your budget, let's say you planned to get a house for £700, but you not see house and you saw £900 and you have to take it because you cannot keep paying for Airbnb and hotel. It's okay. Take the house, but just consciously tell yourself that when you're settled, you have to keep your eyes open and look for a better option, like a reduced option. That time you would have gotten let's say a partner is working, so you guys would already have a job, because these landlords, some of them just want to see that you have a source of income before they give you their house. So my point is, even if you get a house of £1,000 and it's more than your budget, don't now relax and say that the one why you get. Move into the house, but keep it in mind that you need to find ways to reduce that thing that is going to be leaving your pocket every month. Because let's be honest, if it's 200 pounds above your budget, that's like £200 every month. In a year, guys, that's not £2,400 extra. So my point is, get the house that you can get. But if you find out that it's more than, or you find out that you're struggling to pay it, please start looking for another house. Okay, as soon as you can, please try to reduce all the money that you can reduce from your rent. Okay, now the next thing I'll be talking about will be general bills. Now we started talking about this one, greatness, I don't even remember, we started talking about this one in the group chat, and it's your energy bills. Now there are different things applied to different places in the UK, but I'm just going to talk about what happens in this my house and at this my area. So your energy bills can be estimated. For some people, you moving into a house and they already have like the smart meters. So you guys already have like a prepaid, so to say, and you already you don't have to have that installed. Some areas in the UK still give you estimated bill, and I don't know what people are saying. I don't care what anybody says, but in my house and for from my experience, estimated bill is higher than what you will use. And that's because they expect that you should use it. Doesn't necessarily mean that you are using it. They just feel like, "Oh, okay, this house, hey, has so number of people, they should be using this." So all those times when cold they catch you, you put off your heating just to save money. All those times that, oh, you try to put off your gas cooker so that you don't waste gas. All those things that you're doing to curtail your bill does not matter if it's estimated, which is why I say if you can request for a smart meter. We didn't pay for it, and someone shared in the group that is actually supposed to be free. So find out who your provider is. For people that are just moving into their houses now, find out who your energy provider is and find out how you can request for your smart meter. Now, if you have plans of wasting your energy, please don't request for smart meter because it go cast you. You will pay. You get. But if you're in our WhatsApp group where we just want to save money on energy, whether it's gas bills or electricity bills, you watch something, you turn off your TV, you cook something, you turn off your gas, then please get a smart meter. It will be cheaper than what the estimated bill will be. And in times like winter, the bill all bills increase in winter, whether it's estimated or your normal bill. But the estimated, of course, they will expect that you will burn more energy because there's cold, so you spend more on heating. It's same as even if you're using your smart meter, but at least you're in control of what you use. You know what you use. If you don't run your heating for 6 hours, nobody will tell you. Your head go reset that, okay, maybe I need to enter duvet small and let the heating rest. So all that effort will actually help you save bill, and you know that you're saving it for yourself, not like somebody is giving you an estimated bill. So all this talk, basically, if you don't have a smart meter, please try to get one. I think that it will help you save, because this is what I think. And yeah. So the next thing I'll be talking about is your council tax. Find out, some people don't know if they're supposed to pay council tax or not. Where we are, generally in the UK, students don't pay, but some places partners pay. My husband pays council tax, but there are people that don't pay. I know someone in Birmingham doesn't pay because there's a waiver for them. Some people in Northampton, I think, they don't pay as well. So find out where you are and be sure of what it is. Don't just assume that, oh, Jane said that her husband pays, and you now go and carry money and dash them. Meanwhile, you're able to get a waiver. So find out if you're able to get that waiver. Like, even if they insist that your partner will pay, ensure you get that discount that they give students. So most places I've seen is 25%. Some people just assume, I don't get power for this UK people. Let me just pay. Mm-mm. You will get power. Please find out what it is and ensure that you're not just giving out money like that. Okay. So for your TV license, you guys already know that you pay your TV license if you're streaming live TV. If you're not streaming live TV, you don't have a TV in your house, you're not streaming, and you're sure that you're not streaming, please go ahead and fill that form that says you're not going to be streaming, so that you're not paying for license that you're not using. Do you get my point? So that's another place that you can reduce your um money that you're spending. Your TV license, some people just pay that, oh, I don't want to enter trouble. They don't have a TV, they're not even, they watch tablets, they press phone, Telegram, WhatsApp, and you're paying your TV license. Mm-mm. So if you're not going to be using it and you're sure, if see, this one, if you think that you will use it, football lovers, if you think that you're going to watch BBC and you watch football, please pay your TV license. But for people that are sure that nothing join me on TV, nothing join me on tablet, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be TV. If you're going to be streaming these channels on your tablet, then you have to pay. However, if you're sure that you're not going to be streaming it, please just fill out the form on the site and tell them that you're not doing this. They might come to your house to ensure that there's nothing, maybe no TV and all that, but you not get anything to fear, because truly you will not be doing that. Okay. Yeah, that's for TV. Another place is internet. Now this one, internet is like a lifeline here. You all need internet, but please find out the package that you're going to get the best from, but spend less on. I don't know if that makes sense. So there are different providers, there are different packages. We really don't know these things. That's the truth. So once you come in, it may just be, oh, my friend is using this one. Let me just use this one. Oh, my friend is using this one. But there is an opportunity for you to swap or switch later. So when you're settled and you feel that, okay, this I'm spending a lot on internet. I mean, broadband, how much? Why am I paying £50 on broadband? Then find out what the options are for you, and then find out what the cheapest option is for you. There are people that still spend £30 and gets unlimited whatever whatever. In my house, our broadband is in that range. But I know someone who told me she pays £50. I could just hail her because sometimes we don't know. But my point is, if they give you the package that you want, and maybe you want fast internet and whatever, and it's fine for you, that's the cheapest you can get it, then great. But we need to be aware of these things. That's my point. Okay. Yeah, another place is water. This one is mainly estimated for the people that I've seen, but there are some people that have meters that actually get or measure the usage of their water. So try your best to, if you have like a meter, ensure that you're not wasting water so that your water bills are not too high every month. Okay. So that's for general bills. Now, I've talked about rent and then I've talked about general bills. The next one that is capable of wiping your life savings is childcare. For people who have children, I don't even know how to start explaining childcare to you now, but childcare has the ability to move your whole savings. How do I say it? So, if you're going to be paying for a child to stay with a childminder or stay at the nursery, if you have asked, you know that this money is not small money. Some people don't actually think about it cumulatively. They just say, "Oh, somebody said I can bring my child for a day um for maybe like £30," and you say, "Oh, if I divide that with by 7 hours, it's not so much. Ah, that means it's cheap." Calculate them every day. Just try and see what the monthly bill is. So, my advice is that for partners that are here together, if you're here with your husband, you're here with your wife, you guys should find a way to reduce your childcare to the barest minimum. Like, let your children only have to be at the minders for times that you really cannot help it. How do you do this? You guys should time your work hours. So even if one person is going to school and the other person has to work, can you guys please find out if the person who needs to work can work hours after school, so that when the partner is at school, the person can watch the kids. Now, this is even for children that are below 3. You guys know that once you're above a certain age, you're able to get like 3 hours in school. Now, for people who have little ones, like I do, or like I did when I came in, find a way to make sure that you stay with your child as much as possible. This is one place that can actually um, take your savings down a whole lot. That's why I'm trying to stress it. It's a whole topic, so I'm just trying to be brief so that I don't keep everybody here for too long. I already spent over 30 minutes talking. Anyway, yeah, so childcare is another place that you actually need to try. You guys just strike a balance. You guys will argue about it. Partners may argue about it. Oh no, oh yes. But just find a way. If I'm working in the morning, you work in the evening so that the kids can stay with you or the child can stay with you. And so we'll reduce it. So there are times that you may not be able to get off like this. Hey, for those times you can pay the minder. For those times you can take them to a daycare or to the nursery or whatever. Yeah. So that's it. So for some people, this one I'm not sure. I know 3 years, but I know some people who also say that there are areas the children from 2 are able to get 3 hours. So you're 15 hours free. So wherever you are, find out if you can get that. If you cannot get that, and your child is below 3, then you could just begin manage like us. But you can get lucky and then they'll tell you that okay, your child can start for the 15 hours free. It saves you a whole lot. Okay. Another place that you can save money, number 4, is transportation. Now, transportation in the sense that if you're going to be commuting a lot, if you're going to be taking the train a lot, please get your real card. It's way cheaper to have a real card. It reduces that money and all those trains can be expensive sometimes. Okay, so get a real card. If you're going to be doing a bus or buses, find out what the weekly plan is or what the monthly plan is. If it's something, let's say from your house to your school, you have to go every day or you have to go a number of times a week, find out what the amount is for the week and then compare it. If I'm buying daily tickets and if I buy a weekly ticket, which one go better pass, which one go save me money pass, and do that. Try your best to save money on transportation as well. I know you guys are just coming in, so you may not have knowledge of a lot of places, and so a lot of you will be doing plenty taxes. The earlier you stop doing Uber, the earlier you stop doing taxis, the better for you. You need to get on that bus. You need to use your Google map for distances that are not far and walk. I'm not saying now come and kill yourself. No, I'm not saying kill yourself with suffer in this UK, but I'm just telling you that it's just for now. It's not like this is the lifestyle that you're going to be living every day. The plan is to just maximize your time for your program now, maybe like 1 year. People that are doing 2 years are lucky. You have longer time to get all that you need for whatever your next steps are. But for people that are doing this for 1 year, you need to go hard. Like if you get plenty money, that's okay. But if you guys just came in to gather one or two and prep for what the next thing is, maybe after 1 year I'm planning to get post study work or whatever it is, whatever visa you're even going to be applying for, you need money for the visa, you need money for IHS, except of course you're going on the health and care worker visa. Okay, but let me not deviate. Whatever it is, you shall need money. You need money to be in this UK because after your student's life, the bills that will come will be double. So whatever it is, those first months, you need to make the best of your savings so that after your life as a school, council tax that we're not paying now, see the day your program ends, they will slam you and your partner council tax. Ca- Now, wow, that car safe. Pardon the noise. Council tax is not small money. So you can see council tax of like £120. Imagine that after I finish school now, I'm paying £120 and my husband is probably paying £120. So this household will be dishing out like 200 and something pounds on just council tax because we're not students anymore. So that's to tell you that you need to try your best to gather as much as you can now that you're a student. A lot of things are reduced for students. So that's why you need to make the best of this opportunity. Okay, so the next one I'll be talking about is food. I've done some videos on where you can shop to get food, but for people that are just coming now, whatever it is that you like to eat, if it's expensive food, can you please reduce it? People that love Chinese food, Indian food, Brazilian food, you like to order out, you like to do takeout, please start cooking. Go to YouTube and learn those recipes. Perhaps you can once in a while just try. If you really need to eat Chinese food, try to cook it. Now, once in a while, of course, you can still do your order. That's not a big deal. But try to the more you eat in, the more you save. Also, when you're doing your food shopping, you need to know the stores that you're going to. You see Aldi, you see Lidl, those are your friends. So for grocery shopping, people who have homes, I don't know if there are single people here, but for people with dependents that maybe you do like bulk shopping, which you should do actually to help you save more, go to those stores, go to Aldi, go to Lidl. Those are like the two cheapest I've seen. Asda is not too bad, but I think that Aldi and Lidl are cheaper than Asda. Now, if you have money or you feel that you're made, you can feel free to enter stores like Sainsbury, you know. But I've mentioned two that can help you save a lot. I've noticed that if you shop in somewhere like even Morrison's, if you shop in Morrison's, the money I spend at Morrison's for a monthly shopping is way more than that at Aldi. In fact, for my monthly shopping, I probably will save close to 100, like what I need in my house. If okay, let me break this down. If I'm spending £150 for my monthly grocery shopping in my house at Aldi, what I will buy will cost me over £200 if I did that shopping at Morrison's, or for sure if I did that shopping at Sainsbury, it will be way higher than £200. So that's, I'm just trying to tell you guys that you can actually save from your grocery shopping, from the foods that you eat, if you're making it yourself or if you're ordering takeouts, a lot. You don't have to eat out all the time. Eating out 3 times a week is a lot, especially if you have family or you have children. Because if you pay for yourself, pay for everybody for the house in a day, you know how much that is. Now calculate doing it 3 times a day. That's a whole lot of money. So bottom line, try your best to eat in your house. Spend time with your family. Okay. You guys should build memories together, saving money. Yeah, so some other things, these are like the main ones where I think a whole amount or a large amount can be saved. So your rent, your bills, childcare, transportation, and food. You need to concentrate on these ones. Whenever you want to spend money on these things, remember me. Okay, you can save a whole lot of money in these areas. There are also some other places that you can save money, and I'm just going to run through those ones because we're running short of time. So first, you want to sign up on like student discount sites. You guys already know Student Beans, you know Uni Days, there's NUS. So if you want to purchase things, you can get them at discounts because you're a student. As a student, you're a prince and you're a princess. So you can get good discounts on this site. Okay, I've mentioned going to cheap stores to buy the things that you need, grocery, but you also can get like cheaper options from stores for your clothing or for whatever. So whatever it is, weigh your options. Don't just say okay, don't just enter any store you see. Do your research and find out if you can save money shopping there. I mean, if there's one thing you like that you really need to get, of course, one off, you can buy it. But if it's something you constantly do, then you might want to get like a cheap store so that you will save money. Okay. So another thing that is here is like there's sometimes that you can get cashbacks either from your bank card. Some people are able to get cashbacks from using their bank cards for some payments, or you can use some apps and you get cashback. Speaking of apps, Lemonade is one that you can get cashbacks from. Better sign up with JENA, Jenna. I I deviate, but Muna no vex. Anyway, getting cashbacks from whatever you're doing, if it's possible, is a plus. So if you have that deal on the table, please take it. You also want to do good internet deals. I've talked about this in the bill session. So compare what the prices are, find out what the package. So if you're using Sky, find out what the packages available will be. If you're going to be spending more on your phone data and less on the broadband that will be in your home, find out what the price is. So compare it, just compare it before you buy and see which one saves you more money. um I'm not going to be able to do this for you guys, but I hope that, like, whatever you want to spend money on, you just remember to look out for cheaper options, basically. So if you at other options and then you feel like, oh, this is the best for me, this is what I need, and this is the amount that it goes for, then you can buy it. But just be aware that there's a chance that there will be a cheaper option that you can grab. Okay. Yes. So another advice that I'll be giving to you guys is you need to hold on some things. So there's some people that when they're coming to the UK, they're like, oh, okay, I can get this iPhone, I can get this gadget, I'm able to pay monthly for it. If it's not absolutely necessary now, just put it off small, okay? Just put it off small. And that's the same thing for a car. Some people cannot do without owning a car or driving a car. But if you're if it's not absolutely necessary to you, like, you know that the transport system in the UK is not bad, so you're able to move around with the trains, but also is a very wet country, so it's always raining, no doubt. If you can maneuver your way in this country without the car and you really don't need it, please put it off till later so that you can gather all your money first. And that's because the car is another area that you will spend money. You pay for insurance, you go pay road tax, you go pay MOT for your car. All those things are extra expenses that I don't know if you want to take on. So if you don't absolutely need it, please just put it off for a while. We'll go still get car, we'll go drive for this country, bro. We're just trying to maximize what we can now, and then we can now relax and enjoy ourselves. Okay. Yes. So if you another thing is, if you have big buys that you want to do, so you want to buy furniture, you want to buy like major things, you may want to check for places like Facebook Marketplace or Gumtree, or check online, check different stores, compare the prices before you buy. Don't just go to a store. I've said this thing before, don't just go to a store and buy. Try to compare prices before you make your purchase. Okay. Another thing I'll mention is keep your cards properly. This whole contact contactless thing, where you go just put your card, money go just come out from your account. You don't want to you want to hold your cards well. I'm not saying somebody will pick up your card and use it, but what stops somebody from picking up your card and trying to see if there's money, and then there's money and all your savings are gone? So try your best to be careful with your contactless cards, okay? Yes, so another thing that I'll be talking about is alcohol. Alcohol is expensive here. I don't know. Beer is not so expensive, but you see whiskey, brandy, and all those things. It's not like in Nigeria that you people will buy a 2,000, 3,000 naira whiskey, and it's okay. Here you go spend, if you're a drinker. This is nothing moral or nothing religious. This is just something financial that I'm talking about. Buying a lot of alcohol is somewhere you will spend a lot of money. You'll see maybe like a bottle of brandy going for like 15 pounds, 10 pounds. And if you're somebody who says, I cannot do without drinking, that's a lot of money going down there. Okay. So keep yourself in check if you're the drinking type, and see if you can minimize that so that you save yourself some money. Okay. Yes. So another thing that I'll mention is having a spending ban. If you guys can, just tell yourself, oh, this certain amount is what I'm going to spend for this month. After that money don't exhaust until next month, it will help keep you in check. And like, a lot of us already know these things, how to save money, right? Just like I said, I'm just saying it again. But the last one I'll be mentioning is setting up an automated savings account. Some people, when you come into the UK, you're able to open Monzo, you're able to open Sterling, you're able to open Revolut, right? Some people know they feel open Lloyds, Barclays immediately, and that's okay. Some people are able to, but here's my advice. When you finally settle and you now find out you have two accounts, because a lot of us first open Monzo and later will open another one. So I've seen that lots of people, or Nigerians or international students, have two accounts, the digital account and your normal high street bank account. If you can, please use one of those banks. Even if you don't have it, see if you can open a second account and use one for your savings. That one could be like one way street. Every month you tell yourself, when you're settled and you earn a certain amount, or you know that this is how much that comes in, this is how much I need for my expenses, then you know how much you're going to be saving every month. Once you transfer that money, it does not come out. You know, get how, let's, whatever it is that you did not buy, will wait till next month. Okay, so if you can, that way it makes it better for you to just not see that money in your active account. Do you get my point? So whatever goes there, okay, did I meet my savings for this month? You put it there. You know, that's something I will suggest. Another thing that you guys may want to do after this, or when you're thinking of how this is all going to go down, is giving yourself a pound amount. So you tell yourself, in 6 months, how much do I want to save? In 9 months, how much do I want to achieve? If I'm going to be saving like £10,000 at the end of one year, How much does that mean for every month? This beginning for January people, this first few months may not be very good in terms of savings, because a lot of you are still trying to settle in. You're looking for a house, you're trying to get a job, you don't know how much is coming in, you don't really know how much is going out. So these first few months may not be very clear. But once you guys are settled, ensure that you give yourself like a pound amount monthly. How much am I supposed to save at least for this month? This month I must save £1,000. If I save 1,200, great, but just try your best to make sure that you're meeting up with the monthly amount that you have set for yourself. So that's basically it. If you guys can do this and you sit down and you make this plan, it worked for us, or it's working for me, and that's why I'm actually telling you guys that it's something that is doable. People can meet their financial goals once they, and even if you don't meet it, because there's sometimes you try and you don't meet it, but then you have like um you get where to start. You get. So some people, let's be honest with ourselves, some people may not be able to meet up with the amount that they need for their families. There are people that are coming into this country with 4 children. That's six. You guys need £12,000. They have school fees to complete, right? They have people that they're owing in Nigeria, so they will have to offset their bill. They have to pay their outstanding school fees. They will have to pay rent, feed, and all that, and still have to save money in 1 year. Whether we like them or not, there are still people that may not be able to meet up with the money that they need for their visas if they're going to use the post-study work visa. But at least if you have tried your best to save, at least the money go don't come up. So that if you're even asking somebody for help, you're not going to ask for the whole thing. Oh, me and my family, we don't have where to go, we don't have money to apply for this visa. You don't want to be in that kind of place, so try your best to do the best that you can. I mean, there's nothing God cannot do. You may not even need to have the post-study work visa. You may be lucky to switch to tier 2, or your partner get a tier 2 job, so you won't even need all that money. But the post-study work visa is like our last card, is the last option. So what if it gets to that? You want to be prepared to be able to take that. You don't want to not have means to take on that option, because the option is available to you only if you have money. So whatever you do, guys, just try your best to do the best you can. I mean, we go still cruise, we go still ball. Do you get my points? If you can minimize all that, there are plenty places that there are cheaper options. Okay, so for people that like to do family outings, or you need to travel, this is another, I almost missed this one. This is another place that you can save money. There are plenty nice places in the UK to see with your family, to see with your guys. But there are also cheaper options. So if you're in England and you have somewhere in Scotland that you really want to see, hold on. Don't pay that money on flight or on train, or spend all that money now. There are other nice places around that you can stay and take nice pictures for the gram. Okay, so you can take cheaper options. There are parks that you pay £2, £3, £5 to, instead of having to spend all that money to travel. Just find cheaper options to make sure you save money. That's just basic. That's just what I'm saying. Okay. Now, this last point that I'll be mentioning is something that some people do. I know they do am because I know get power to shout, but some people feel that it works for them, and if you're into that kind of stuff, then it's adjust. So group funding, community funding. Some people are really into that. If it works for you, I'm not advising it to, because you also don't want to hear story on top money. When it's your turn to collect money, somebody will now tell you story. But like I said, some people are into it and it works for them. And that's another thing that some people in the UK do. They just, like, maybe a group of people will put in funds this month, now you go take, next month now this person turn. You guys already know how Agile works now. Yes, so some people do the group funding and it works for them. Yeah. So that's basically the things that I needed to mention to you guys. And at this point, I will say that the earlier you start, the better. This is not something you want to put off for 6 months down the line when I'm very settled. You want to start as soon as possible. Start it now. Okay. Yeah. So that's it, guys. That's all I had to say. Concerning, before I take questions, you guys can actually start. Can you please recap the rent? Savvy, what time did you join? Talk through. Tell me what time you joined, then I'll know if I'll answer you or not. Yes, so about the visa thing, so there's this workshop I'm putting. I don't even know if it's going to hold. So you guys should not come and tell me later that you said the workshop will hold. But it's just going to be talking about the different visas, the ones that concern us and the ones that don't concern us. We're going to focus on the ones that concern students in the UK, especially maybe if you're coming with your dependents or not. But the thing is, I don't I'm trying my best, but I do not think that I'm able to get the people that I want for that workshop free. I tried to contact an immigration lawyer in the UK, and the money where they call not be here. So I don't know if that workshop is going to hold. And even if it's going to hold, guys, let me mention it now. It will not be free, it will be paid because I'll not use that money from my pockets, right? So all of us go join money, do that thing if we want them to come and talk to us. I've also talked to some people who are able to get like the global talents visa to see if they will talk on the workshop, and they charge me. So I don't know if that workshop is going to hold for real. But if it's going to hold, of course I'll put it out to you guys. I'm looking to see if we can gather resources for it later in the year when we have that skilled worker visa and the details out, which is why I actually wanted an immigration lawyer to actually come on board so that they will give us like details and all the corner. So it turns out that there are actually some things that you can do to improve your chances. But you know, guys, if you're not into this thing, you don't know. And these immigration people know. So that's why I was trying to get one. However, if that workshop will hold, I'll let you guys know. Whatever the price is, I'll also let you guys know. I have plans to maybe give like I'll give you guys a link. So if it's something you're interested or you want me to send you an email to inform you when details are out, so it'll be like a waiting list. I'll send that thing. Let me see if I can put it in the chat now. Like a waiting list. Mm, yeah, like a waiting list. So if that is out, you guys, we can continue from there. But anyway, that's what it is. Does anybody have any question or not? Or should we just call it a day? Savvy, I'll answer you. But the thing is, I don't know what you want me to talk about the rent. So just tell me exactly what you want me to talk about, and your wish is my command. Savvy Limited. Savvy. Are you guys still here? Nobody's talking. Or should we just end stream? Let's all go and rest. We've been talking for an hour. When you mentioned that we could minimize spending from TV licenses to total market for power, I discovered in my rent splits all bills. Okay, I didn't mention that. So if your rent is all bills inclusive, it don't really matter to you. That will make sense if you're going to be paying your bills yourself. I forgot to take this out. That will matter if you're going to be taking care of your bills, like you have to set it up. But if your rent covers is all bills inclusive, there's really nothing you can do because even if you save, you still pay that amount. Do you get my point? But for people who, like in my house, it's not all bills inclusive. So I set up like energy, or my husband set up, we set up, we set up like all those bills ourselves. And so you know how much they are and how to save from that. But if your rent is all bills inclusive, there's really very little you can do. Okay, Tinuke, is that okay? Hmm. Greatness. Mr. and Mrs. Ogudo, do you guys have any questions? I know your name, so I'm going to disturb you. Damilola, do you have any question? Would you advise furnished house or unfurnished house? Um, this is difficult because it all depends on the price of the house. If you get a furnished house, that makes sense. But what I will not advise is some people get unfurnished houses and they just think that it's better to get a furnished house. No, my house was not furnished, and I can tell you that it probably helped us save more because all we did was now buy things small, small. Do you get? Yes. So if you get a furnished house, like I said, it's not, you don't have a lot of options once you're just coming in or when you're just coming in. But you see, like when you check over the months, okay, so if you get a furnished house for £700 and you get an unfurnished house for £600, the difference is not too plenty. That £100, a lot of people will say, "Oh, I'll spend more when I buy the couch or when I buy my washing machine," which is true. But you don't have to look at just that month to find out if the difference is a lot and say, okay, let's say the difference is £200. This is just like how I analyze things. So if I see a house that I really like and they say it's coming furnished and it's £600, or let's put it at £700, and I see an unfurnished house and they tell me it's £500, and every other thing is on point, like there are no other factors, we're just considering if it's furnished, unfurnished. So there's a £200 difference. I go wrong, go check marketplace. I'll find out what the cost of the couch that I want, or what the cost of a washing machine is, and the cost of maybe a fridge that I want to use. Now, if I do all those and then I find out that all that will cost me 300 to £400, I can take the unfurnished. Do you know why? The reason I'll take the unfurnished is because I know that in 3 months, the difference would have covered all that I'll buy. So I know that after 3 months, I don't net off. Going forward, I'm saving more because if I go for the furnished house, I'll still be paying 700. But if I'm paying 500 after 3 months, I would have covered all. With that money, I would have covered all that I wanted to buy for the house. And then I know that that extra is going into my savings. But this is personal. This is how I look at things right now. In the future, I might change, but right now, that's how I analyze things. So those are the kind of things you need to look out for. Find out what the difference is. Find out if there are other factors in the house. But if it's just furniture, note what the difference is and see what it will be over time. Do you get? Okay, so which is better, all inclusive or not inclusive? It's not easy to say which one is better or which one is. I have not lived in an all inclusive bill house, but we pay our bills ourselves. And I know that the challenge was just setting it up. It wasn't even a big challenge, it was just calling up these people to set it up the first time. So after you've done that setup, everything is auto run. You can tell them that okay, they can take direct debit. So every month they take their bills from our accounts and it's fine. Our water bill is set up, gas bill, light bill is set up. So that first month you could just take them for setting up things and then it runs auto. It's mainly on what do you get. Some people think that all inclusive is better. I personally don't think so. I think they're the same. It depends on just the option that you get. Some people think one is better. I think you can make do with whichever one you get, really. Okay. Can you drop your IG handle? Cynthia Mba, are you not on my IG page? Is Jane S there? Oh, IG. Namide Misian. Jenna Simple Living. I thought you meant YouTube. Forgive me. Jenna Simple Living. So it's Jena Simple Living. That's the Instagram page. Hello, how can I attend classes from Lays 2 hours away by train to? How can you attend your classes? I don't know. Going to class, getting on the train to that class, or find out if you guys have an option to do your online. If not, you you have to go to class, really. Okay. Or do you mean like the best route? I don't get the question. I don't know. I don't know what the question is. Like, I hope I'm not mishearing, but BMO, what exactly is the question? How can you attend classes if it's 2 hours away? Find out if it's online. If you cannot do online, you have to be physical. You have to go there. Okay. Ehinome, can someone actually work beyond 20 hours a week since our account will be regulated? Please do not work 20 hours a week. Please do not work 20 hours a week. Please do not work 20 hours a week when school is in session. Now, this is not even about the fact that you'll be breaking your visa rules. It's the fact that you see that 20 hours a week. If you work 20 hours a week, you will understand that even 20 hours a week will put a strain on your studies. Try and you go see 20 hours a week is even going to, if you're not careful, it will affect schoolwork. So working extra will definitely affect your schoolwork. Okay, so if you can, because finally the thing that she's keeping in the UK is the school, so at least you want to even pass there. So try your best. Once school is in session, just do the 20 hours so that you can have time for schoolwork as well. Okay. Childcare. Also, do you know if one can get a if you can get a part-time job with NHS, especially if I have an under, yeah, you can actually. You can work with NHS. I mean, there are a number of people that got care jobs with in NHS trusts. So yeah, you already even have a degree in healthcare. So sure, you can. Akin Sheteshion, I see you. Please, how much did you spend on furnishing your house? Just estimate, please. I can't remember the exact fee now, but I know we got things small, small. I think we got. Oh, I can't remember the exact fee. I think we got a couch. Most of the things we got, like the bulk things, we got from Facebook Marketplace. So if you've been to Facebook Marketplace, you will know that yes, some of them are used, but you can still get like new stuff for people. Maybe they got stuff and they didn't just want to use it, or they're just selling it out. Or you still get some new things on Facebook at very discounted prices. So yes, you can get. I don't remember how much we spent on furnishing because we actually didn't buy everything at once. We just were buying one. We'll buy this one and then we'll buy this one and then we'll buy this one. You get the stores you mentioned. Did I miss anyone? The stores you mentioned. I don't know that one available over here. Yes, it's Aldi, ALDI, and Lidl, LIDL. They're all over the UK. You just find out from Google Map the closest to you. Okay. Any of these ones are fine and they're all over the UK. Um okay, yeah. Greatness already answered you. Apart from Facebook Marketplace and Gumtree, do you by any chance know the cheapest furniture store? Those are like the cheapest that I've seen. If you do IKEA and there's one other one, those ones are higher. Those ones are not as cheap as Gumtree and Marketplace. How does the tax system work as student and as dependents? You mean like the normal tax? Okay, so for students, generally, right? I'm not now sure how to put this, but there are people that tell you that if you have not earned 12,500, you're not supposed to be taxed. Student, if you work your 20 hours as a student, you most likely not be taxed. You will not be taxed. If you're taxed, you can follow that up and you'll be refunded. But for dependents and you're working full time, that means you're earning some money. Now you will be taxed. Okay. So as a dependent who is working full time, yes, you will pay your tax. You'll definitely be taxed. Okay. Okay, so BMO is asking, my brother lives in Lay, can stay with him 2 hours from Sheffield. Do you think it's feasible or should get accommodation? Okay, so now it depends. You need to find out what your timetable is. So find out how many times you need to be in school. For BMO, if you don't have to go to school every day of the week, or some people are lucky to just go to school twice a week, find out what it is, what is happening with your timetable, and see what the cost of that commute will be. Now, if you're going to be spending um up to £100 on transportation going to Sheffield and back, then that's almost like the price of a house in a week. So find out what it is, find out the benefits of going from your brother's house, and see on the long run where you'll be spending more money. Okay, if you don't have to go to Sheffield every day, I don't live in Sheffield, although it's pretty close, but I don't live in Sheffield. I go to Sheffield when I had school. Now I'm on placement, so I don't even go at all for school, except I have like other things I need to be doing at Sheffield. So find out how much it will cost you for the times that you need to go to school. If it's going to be more expensive doing that back and forth plus all the stress, then you guys might want to just get somewhere in Sheffield. Okay. Yeah, that's true. Greatness just answered. Exactly. British Heart Foundation is another place that you can get cheap stuff from. Yeah, that's actually true. And they sell furniture. Some outlets actually have like very nice. Your head is there. I totally forgot about British Heart Foundation. And then those prices are really sweet deals at British Heart Foundation. So, yeah, Cynthia, you can feel free to check those places out. So, Foluke says, apart from Aldi, what's the other store you mentioned? It's Lidl. Let me type that. It's LIDL. So that's Lidl. Okay. Yeah, yeah. You guys, 2 minutes more for questions and we'll just call it a day. Let's all go and rest. Or while we're chilling here, how many of you even go church? The Christians, did you guys go to church? How far is my place from Sheffield? It's actually bus, so I can take a train, but I feel like the bus is cheaper, so it's 15 to 30 minutes bus depending on how many times they stop, all the bus stops. So if people not today the bus it can take maybe like 20 minutes and I'm in Sheffield. But if it's every bus stop somebody is being dropped or somebody is being picked up, it can take me like 30 minutes, 35 minutes. Okay. Is it not cheaper to buy a second-hand car that's cheap rather than taking buses and trains? Please advise. I personally don't think so. I feel like it depends on what your movement is going to be like. Where are you going? Except that car is something that maybe helps you save money, taking you to work and back. I don't think cars are cheap. Don't get me wrong, cars are cheap here. You can close your eyes and get a car easily here, but it's the expenses that come with the car that me I'm talking about. So all that road tax that I have to pay and the things that I have to pay when I just get the car, I personally don't think is cheap cheaper than the trains, right? So that's my own opinion. Some people may disagree, but I feel like you can get cheaper options with buses and trains than having to maintain a car, except your car is something that helps you make money, because there's some jobs that you will get and you might need a car, maybe, or you're doing like delivery jobs that you're using the car. It's actually an asset to you, it's making you make money, then of course. But if it's not, if if not just, or if it's just to chill flex, maybe not. Personally, I don't think it's cheaper to get a car and maintain a car. Okay. Yeah. So the next one is from Sheon. Please, the school system for a 4-year-old. A 4-year-old, you start school. What's the question? A 4-year-old can go to school, and yeah, so you won't be paying for school for them, except maybe when school is not in session. Then you want somebody to watch your 4-year-old, then you can pay, but they'll go to school. Also, the rent ish. What is it about the rent? Does a 2-year-old qualify for free 15 hours per week? No. On UK, on the gov.uk, it says 3 years, But I know someone who has told me that her 2 years is getting 15 hours free. Like she said, her 2 year old is going and collecting 15 hours. That's why I said you guys can try, but ideally it's 3 years. Like if you go to gov.uk, it's 3 years that is stated. So yeah, I go with 3 years. Some people are lucky their 2 year olds get. Some people just go and maybe their 2 year old is almost three and they're able to get that benefit. But normally, not 3 years. Okay. Can you help with accommodation links? Can I DM you? Sure, you can DM me, but the links that I have are still the same that you'll get on maybe Zoopla, Right Move. Like I don't have a personal relationship with any agent that can help with accommodation. So it will still just be looking online for accommodation, same as everybody else. Okay. Hmm. Please, how many hours for you? You can start school. Okay, so year one. Yeah, they call it year one. Year one is supposed to start at 5 years. So, depending on when your child starts school, or when your child will actually turn 4, or when your child turned 4, you can be able to get the either the 15 hours if maybe you just turned 4 and it's how do I explain it? So, if your child just turned 4 after school had started, right? You can still enjoy the 15 hours that you enjoy, but if they turn 4 before the new session, you can actually get like proper school. This one is quite confusing because some schools will tell you it's 5, some people will tell you 5, some people. But I asked where my child is school. My child is still 3, so I wanted to find out what it will be when she turns 4, and said she can start school at 4. Yes, so but at least you know that even for your four child, you shall collect at least 15 hours, depending on where you are in the UK. I don't know what it is for places like Scotland, Wales, and Northern Ireland, but for the England part that I'm in, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, 1 hour 17 minutes now. All right, guys. If you guys have further questions, on Instagram, I'm Jenna at Simple Living. Let me write that down. So you can shoot me a DM. And here you can also put it in comment section if you have any questions. Okay. So for people that are in the group on Telegram, you guys already know that you can always send me a message and that's fine. All right, guys, I will end this now. Thank you guys for your time. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that will make like plans towards all that we've talked about, and that will be fine in the end. We shall do all right. That's the prayer, that's the plan, and hopefully God favors our efforts. Okay. So I'll see you guys another time. Bye guys. I almost ended when I saw your okay, let me um hold on please. Let me just get the link. I almost forgot about the waiting list. Thank you for reminding me. Goodness. Okay, here it is. Yes, I've put the waiting list on the group chat. So if you want me to give you like keep you updated on what it is about the workshop of the different visas and what's the best one for you, please fill in that form. Your email is what I need because that's how I will reach you. Okay, so I will keep you guys updated on what the plan is when we conclude, if it's holding, what it's going to be like, and all that. So just fill out the form if you're interested in that. Okay, Thanks, guys. Thanks, Greatness, for reminding me. I don't forget. Thank you so much. All right, guys. I'll see you on the other side.